And two, because the story is actually very close to all of our lives in so many different ways, more ways than one, I'd like to say. Not just we who made it, but all of you guys as well sitting here are actually pretty much part of our narrative in some way or the other. We often look for stories everywhere, ladies and gentlemen, but what better story for a show than showbiz itself? Watching the trailer, you might see things, you might see particular moments, events that you might relate to and draw parallels with. We'd like to maintain, of course, and we say this very humbly, that it's purely coincidental. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please brace yourselves, because I'd always wanted to say this line, and I say this today with reason. It's literally showtime. मुझे पता था कि मुझे सब कुछ खैरात में मिला है।
आप माल बेचिए, मैं फिल्में बनाऊंगी। ये रघु खन्ना मैराथन दौड़ चुके हो तुम। She's just a
आउटसाइडर का ही ट्रीटमेंट मिलता है। वो आते ही एक बात अच्छी तरह से समझ गई कि बॉलीवुड में खुदा सिर्फ स्टार होता है।
अरमान! मेरी फिल्म छोड़ेगा? अल्लाह खुद को स्टार बोलता है, फ्लॉप पे फ्लॉप दे चुका है, अब एक और फ्लॉप घुसा दे।
Block your view. Let's bring on stage जो पर्दे के पीछे हैं, जिन्होंने हमें, you know, who are the magicians, who are the creators, or the makers, जिन्होंने हमें ये जादू दिया है, Showtime नाम का ये fictional series. Let's welcome on stage Gaurav Banerjee, Head Content, Disney Plus Hotstar and HSM Entertainment Network, Disney Star. Also welcome Apurv Mehta, Producer, Dharmatic Entertainment. Showrunner and Director Mihir Desai. Creator Sumit Roy. And let's also now request all of you to please take your seats. I request you please take your seats. Shriya, I'm getting you more as well. And now, one more integral individual of Showtime. Let's call upon stage who has been loved for playing relatable characters and picking up relatable subjects. Please welcome Vishal Vashisht. A rocking welcome to you. It's Showtime. Now it's complete. I'm going to move it a little here. Now that's a complete family of Showtime. 8th of March on Disney Plus Hotstar. Welcome once again to all of you, and thank you for joining us. And we're going to open the floor for media Q&A. I'm sure आपके ज़हन में काफ़ी सारे सवाल होंगे. But before you ask the question, please raise your hand. One of our volunteers will help you with the mic. Please identify yourself, which publication you belong to, and सबसे important, ये सवाल आप किससे पूछना चाहते हैं, इससे आसानी से आप direct कर सकते हैं वो सवाल. And also request all of you to please keep the questions related to the fictional series Showtime. And let's begin. It's Showtime. Roll the red carpet for the Q&A. And if you've got the mic, yeah, please go ahead, identify yourself, and go ahead.
Hi everyone, this is Sushri from Mashable India. Great trailer, like everything one's looking for really. My question is for Mr. Gaurav. Disney Plus Hotstar has really been one of the pioneers in pushing out bold and stuff and content that can be unconventional and uncomfortable really. Why and how did you reach the underbellies of Bollywood, if we can call that?
I don't think the show is only about the underbelly of Bollywood. It's a celebration of Bollywood. And I think when you think about this country, we have so many passions. But right at top, I think, are our films and our cricket. So much of the Disney Plus Hotstar identity for the last 9 years has been around both of this. This was amazing. And one of our most incredible creative partnerships for the last several years at Star is with Karan. And it starts with Coffee with Karan. It goes to a amazing number of films that Dharma and Star have done together, including Brahmastra, and therefore it was absolutely natural for us to think about doing a series together. And you know, every time we have gone on Twitter, I have gone on Twitter in the last 3 years, this theme about what is so controversial about Bollywood has been center of page, right? Everyone's interested in who's working in Bollywood and why they are the right people to be doing this role or not doing this role. So I think, you know, people like Karan and Apurva have among the most difficult jobs in the country, along with the national selectors, because you know, nobody else, right? I mean, I take decisions to hire people in a team, but nobody else gets the incredible amount of scrutiny and pressure that they get. And I think some of it, you know, the one thing about Karan Johar that I know, having worked with him for such a long time, is that he's a sport. He's a man who can take a joke on himself, and he's a sport. And I think when he thought of this idea, which has in many ways animated so much of the commentary in social media for such a long time, we all at Hotstar thought that that could make for a very exciting drama series. And I think all the people here have just made it even more so, the creators and the cast. So hopefully you're in for a fun ride.
Having said that, should I book a ticket for somewhere on the 8th of March?
Yes, definitely go underground.
Good evening, Karan. Anand from Hangama.
Hi.
Okay, I got to sit. Okay. So, if we count from DDLJ, then you observed the set life for close to 3 decades now and observed the life of a producer for much longer, I'm guess. So, if you look at your journey and the producers around you, how has the role changed? And also, what made you cast Emraan in this role, which I'm clearly sure is very close to your heart, and you've really seen it up close and personal?
Right there, close to your heart. Sorry. Well, being a producer, of course, you're playing a studio head, which is close to my heart, which is pretty much part of what defines me in the business. Well, I think your first question was that what have I seen the journey of the producer evolve? I'd like to take a beat to say that the producer way back when my father was producing multiple films, in many ways and sadly was like not given the desired respect I think that producers should have been given. They were always kind of low on the food chain, like, because, you know, we depended on financiers in those days and put a lot at stake when you made a film. You needed to sell them to distributors, and there was a lot of like fear and anxiety when it came to being before it was corporatized. I think it was a very tough time. And then you had to deal with actors. You were the single person, like a one-soldier army on a set. I've literally seen my father at the end of an evening pack up, signing those challans, and like I've seen it happen with my eyes. So I think that the producer has really evolved into being now the captain in many ways besides the director. Like there are two captains, I believe, of ships, a producer and a director. And in my opinion, the biggest soul and the biggest empowerment is more than them is the writer. And I'm glad we have Sumit Roy with us, because I believe writers are more important than producers and directors. But having said that, I'm glad that the evolution of the producer has come to the point where you can be center stage.
You forgot about me, Karan. You asked you about me.
Yes. And as far
Some
as
words of
Emraan,
praise.
firstly, it was my desire to be a dashing, gorgeous, good-looking, good kisser. As a producer, I haven't matched any of those 4 qualities that Emraan has in abundance. I promise you, he said he's not a good kisser, he's a great kisser. I'm a terrible kisser.
All right. Anyone else?
Hi,
Please.
Samina here from Zoom channel. My question is to Apurva Mehta. The real-life challenges to create the real sets for Bollywood, and especially sharing experiences of Bollywood stories. How difficult was it for you and challenging for you to bring that on Showtime?
So, you know, with us, the idea behind Showtime really was to give the audiences an insight into the real and raw aspects of Bollywood. And you cannot give them a sneak peek into this very, very large industry without recreating its visual aesthetics. So, you know, for us, it was very important that the sets had to look what what we do and work when we are working on films today is how a set looks, and those are the kind of sets we've tried to make. We've also taken a lot of inspiration from real locations that we've used and places that all of us are familiar with. And I have to say a big shout out to Amrita Singh, who's our production designer, who's really done a terrific job in spite of the very modest budgets from Gaurav. But we've managed, and you'll enjoy this when you see the show.
Next question, please.
Hi, this is Alice Cara Peter from Miss Malini. Imran, my question's for you. How has your experience been working for Showtime, and how similar or different do you think is it to the world of Bollywood?
Well, I've had a fantastic experience working on the show. I remember reading it 2 years ago, and this was sent to me. Actually, the first time I'm actually meeting Sumit, and it's you know this man has just written something so amazing. What I love about the show, the structure of the show, it takes you into the world of Bollywood from the perspective of the studio system and the producer's chair. And then you have these wonderful, crazy, eccentric characters that are a little delusional, creative geniuses. And it's got a very, very interesting